Thomas drives into the lane, off the glass, and one as well. Well, the season, they say, is broke up into 3 parts: the preseason, the conference season, and then that most magical season of all, the postseason. Good afternoon, everybody. ELAN OLLIFF coming to you live from the Plains Tire broadcast booth at Riverton High School, site of the 2022 4A West Regional Basketball Tournament. And the Evanston team's journey gets started in about 10 minutes when Evanston takes on the Rock Springs Tigers. We'll break it down for you after this on our scene set on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Red Devil basketball on KNYN and MyLocalRadio.com.
Gee, Tommy, you look amazing. Did you try something different with your enamel?
No way. I wouldn't do anything to alter these pearly whites, but I did see Dr. McKay Frankham, who told me if I didn't floss, I could miss up 35% of food particles.
Really? He told you that?
Yep, and you know what? He's 100% right. I started flossing, and now I look better than ever.
Wow, I want to see Dr. McKay Frankham.
Well, give him a call, 307-789-8910. Easy to remember, right?
That's super easy. Dr. McKay Frankham at 307-789-8910. I'll call today.
When you want something custom built for your home, farm and ranch, vehicle, or trailer, it needs to be done with precision, be strong, and be affordable. Get all this and more when you work with the Steel Shop at ELAN Ford Brothers. You bring the plan or idea, and they'll make it a reality. The Steel Shop sells and installs vehicle accessories like bull bars, running boards, and bed liners. They also specialize in truck and trailer hitches as well. Get it built to last. ELAN Ford Brothers, 221 County Road in Evanston.
And we welcome you back to the Plains Tire broadcast booth. 8 minutes away from tip-off. Let's go ahead and set the scene for this 4A West Regional first round matchup featuring the number 6 Evanston Red Devils taking on the number 3 Rock Springs Tigers. Our scene set today brought to you by El Paso All-American and Mexican Restaurant, the best in the West. We'll start with the Rock Springs Tigers, coached by Romero Candelaria. They come in with an overall record of 13-10, but 7-3 in 4A West play. They are led by Brindley Jenkins. No surprise there, 15.3 points. However, Cameron James has had a breakout season, averaging almost 12 points per game, and leads the team in offensive rebounds. For your Evanston Red Devils, they come in with a 3-7 conference record as the number 6 seed in the West, led by Stacia Barker, 8.8 points. But keep your eye on Emily Sawyer, the postmate for Stacia Barker. Those two are going to definitely combine to cause some damage. Evanston comes in again with a record of 8-12 and 3-7 in the 4A West. That's your scene set, brought to you by El Paso All-American and Mexican Restaurant, the best in the West. We're going to step aside. When we come back, we're going to give you our keys to the game on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Red Devil basketball on KNYN and MyLocalRadio.com.
Fresh and flavorful ingredients are what makes the best restaurants great. At El Paso All-American and Mexican Restaurant, each entree is prepared with only the freshest and tastiest ingredients. The menu includes everything from tacos to steak, fresh fruit waffles to omelets, and mouth-watering burgers to sandwiches. Come in and enjoy a meal today at the new El Paso All-American and Mexican Restaurant inside the log cabin on Bear River Drive.
Welcome back to the Plains Tire broadcast booth. ELAN OLLIFF here, bringing you the action live from Riverton High School as we go into our keys to the game, brought to you by MyLocalRadio.com. One key to running a successful business is advertising. Advertise where your customers can see you and help increase your business success by advertising with MyLocalRadio.com. All right, so the first key to the game is going to be obvious. We've talked about it all season, all year, and it's going to be win the battle at the boards. Rock Springs as a team, they average themselves almost 27 just over 27 rebounds per game. They give up 26 rebounds per game. Evanston averages, of course, this has been their strength all year round, 33.4 rebounds per game and give up 26 rebounds per game. So first things first, you got to win the battle at the boards. Then after that, you have to make good on every opportunity you get. It's going to be quality plus quantity equals a W today. Evanston, of course, led by Stacia Barker with 8.8 points, but also you've got to keep your eye on Kendall Fessler, Emily Sawyer, as well as Abby Rigby, who has really started to heat up from beyond the arc in the last 2 games. So that's your second key. Quality plus quantity equals the W. And then number 3, for Rock Springs, you have to make someone else besides Brinley Jenkins and Cameron James beat you. Those two, again, I say it, they combined for 17 points flat. 17 points of an offense that averages 44 points. So if you can stop those two, then you're giving yourself a shot. First time these two teams faced off, it was a Tuesday night matchup, and Evanston lost by 10. However, it was a 2-point game with 2 minutes left. It was a quick barrage by thanks to turnovers and fast break points by Rock Springs that exploded this out to a 10-point game. So you've got to take care of the basketball, and you've got to make either someone besides Brinley Jenkins and Cameron James beat you today if you are Evanston. It's the first round of the 4A West Girls Regional Basketball Tournament, Evanston versus Rock Springs. The winner will get Natrona County tomorrow. The loser will get the Riverton Wolverines tomorrow morning. We'll be right back after this with our starting lineup and more to get you ready for tip-off on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Red Devil basketball on KNYN and MyLocalRadio.com.
They say the 3 most important things in life for many people are their faith, their family, and their high school sports. And not necessarily in that order. Advertise where you'll get noticed. Call My Local Radio and become a sports advertiser today.
Build your own juicy, mouth-watering hamburgers just like you do at home with 1, 2, or 3 patties at the Down Home Eatery. Also enjoy salads and sandwiches. Down Home Eatery is located on Highway 89. Dine in or carry out. Call 679-2002.
Still 2 minutes away from the start of this one. And because it's a tournament, we don't have time to catch up with coaches, so we will get our starting lineups as soon as they are announced. But for Evanston, we can kind of take some guesses for starting lineups. And, Mia Barker is probably going out there. Abby Rigby, I would imagine Emily Sawyer, Stacia Barker, maybe Lily Johnson, Kendall Fessler. Those are probably the 2 that you're kind of guessing between. But that seems to be the crew that Coach Dolezal has gone with all year. The first year of the Stormy Dolezal era. And we are already in regional tournament play. I cannot believe it. Let's go ahead and go through some highs for Evanston. The highest offensive performance they had was 65 points. That was against Cokeville on January 8th, 2022. Next, to find a high against this Rock Springs team, you have to look on what they've done. That is steals. They got 10 steals against this Rock Springs team. Again, that was on January 11th, 2022. And then, so that's something to keep an eye on. Evanston obviously did a good job taking care of the ball and even better taking back the ball. Red Devils, again, their highest offensive performance was 65 points, and that was against Cokeville on January 8th. Highest field goal percentage was 43% against Scotts Bluff on December 11th. Highest amount of rebounds we saw was just a week ago against Jackson. A 45 rebound game for the Evanston Red Devils against Jackson just last Saturday, February 26th. And then best defensive performance, only allowing 20 points to Jackson on January 29th. And offensive rebounds, they got 24 when they took on Farson Eden on the 16th of December at the Flaming Gorge Classic. We are ready to go. Evanston is lined up on the left in their red uniforms, blue trim, white numerals, blue outline. And then the Rock Springs Tigers in their home whites, orange numerals, tiger stripes in orange up the side. Or as we get ready for our starting lineup. Today's starting lineup is brought to you by Varsity Inc. Get all your Red Devil gear at Varsity Inc. on Main Street. Varsity Inc., we're on your team. First for the Evanston Red Devils, a senior, number 2, Mia Barker. A junior, number 43, Emily Sawyer. A senior, number 20, Abby Rigby. A junior, number 42, Kendall Fessler. And a senior, number 44, Stacia Barker. For the Rock Springs Tigers, number 23, Brenley Jenkins. Number 10, Cameron James. Number 15, Ashley Anderson. Number 24, Ella Brewster. And number 21, Emma Acey. Those are your starting lineups, brought to you by Varsity Inc. Varsity Inc., we're on your team. Welcoming into the Plains Tire broadcast booth, we have a special guest color commentator because he's going to be doing some Evanston games for us throughout the week here at the regional tournament. Mr. Jake Nichols, voice of the Jackson Bronx. But I tell you what, guys, nobody does their preparation and knows every team in the West like Jake Nichols.
Thanks, Elan. I love both these teams, and I can't wait to see this game. The inside game of Evanston, the length advantage against the Rock Springs team, this is pretty darn good as well. This is going to be fun.
You're absolutely right. It's going to be a blast as we get ready for today's tip-off, brought to you by MyLocalRadio.com. And it'll be Evanston on the left with Stacia Barker, Brenley Jenkins on the right. Or excuse me, that is actually Ellie Acey on the right for Rock Springs, and it is won by Acey, and away we go here in the first quarter. Tiger basketball. Right side to James, going back towards the top. Left side, that is Anderson. James in the left corner, lobs one in the lane, and it's picked away by Emily Sawyer, and the Will Barker steal completed by Kendall Fessler. Kendall will bring the ball forward, flings it to Sawyer on the left side of the free throw line, crosses into the red paint, top of the circle 3, Abby Rigby, off of the front iron and the top of the backboard. Just a touch too strong. Inbound play for the Tigers, and it's a full court pressure put on by Coach Dolezal. Jenkins brings it forward, kicks it right side to Acey, and now finds James in the right corner, takes one dribble with her right hand, and now goes towards the top of the arc. Retreats back out towards the pause at the angles here at Wolverine Gymnasium. Left side, James in the corner, guarded by Stacia, both hands above her head. Jenkins in the left wing. Takes one dribble, now crosses over to her left hand, into the left elbow, crosses into the lane, tries to put the shot up, it's short, and Emily Sawyer gets her hands up and is able to knock it off of Jenkins and over the baseline.
Yeah, that's not where Brenley Jenkins wants to be, is down low in those bigs. That's not her game. She's a three-baller, and she got schooled there in the paint.
Rigby with the inbound play to Fessler. And with 6:55 to play here in the first, it's still 0-0. Kendall crosses into the lane, but she carries it over, turn over to Rock Springs. And playoff basketball takes a minute to kind of let the nerves settle. But once Evanston does, it does look like this is going to be a fairly close game. You mentioned it, the size versus of Evanston versus the shooting of Rock Springs. It's going to be a fun matchup. Cameron James gets the long pass, bounces it in the lane. It goes off of the foot of Sydney Harris and over the baseline.
That was a little case of nerves. That's the sophomore Harris, just didn't handle the pass well. She's feeling a little tight.
Red Devil basketball with 6:37 to play. Fessler goes towards the right wing, back into the elbow, bounces it back out to Sawyer at the free throw line. Rigby standing on the paw at the left angle, back to Sawyer in the paint. Left elbow jumper from Stacia, too far, it rainbows over. Pulled in by Jenkins, and the Tigers are starting to move the ball for Rock Springs. James goes Jenkins on the left side, and now back out to Anderson in the left corner, back to Jenkins again. Dribbles with the right hand, crosses into the elbow. Stacia, though, who probably has an advantage of about 3 inches on defense. Right side, Brewster Back to James in the right corner. Long cross-court pass, left corner. Jenkins crosses into the left block. And now she retreats out. Step back three. Jumper is good. 3-0 Rock Springs.
Yeah, you can't let Brentley have that. She'll do it all day.
Rigby inbounds. And I tell you what, though, that is a lot more mobile of a Brinley Jenkins we saw back in January.
Yeah.
She is looking like her old self again. Mia Barker back to Emily Sawyer. Top of the circle. Puts up not a three. It's actually a short pass that tried to find Stacia on the left block, but it's off of the Rock Spring defender, AC, and over the baseline. Red Devil basketball. Rigby to inbound under her own net. Goes to Fessler. Step back for three. Left corner. That one off the iron. A touch too hard. Rebound by Mia Barker. She tries for the putback, but a tough defense by Jenkins gives the ball back to Rock Springs. Going from one end to the other and losing the control is Ashley Anderson. She dribbles it over the baseline, and it's already a blink and you miss it. Turnover to Evanston.
Yeah, Evanston caught a break right there. They had Anderson wide open for an easy lane. She couldn't handle the pass.
EHS down by 3. 5:12 to play in the first. Left side, Mia Barker in the elbow. Back out to top of the circle. 3 by Sawyer. In and out. Rebound by Stacia. And trying to pass it out to Mia Barker in the left elbow, but it looks like she stepped on the baseline after the rebound. So it is Rock Springs basketball, 3-0 Tigers with 5:02 left in the first.
Stacia Barker's rebounding is going to be key. She's number 2 in the conference, and it'll be crucial, her hitting the boards.
James into the paint, stolen by Emily Sawyer with the Will Barker steal. Long cross-court pass left side to Mia. And now she goes back to Emily, who has put up some 3 balls, which that's not usually a part of her game. This one is, though. Kendall Fessler, right side 3, banks it in and good. So Fessler ties it up at 3, and this is good news. When Evanston can get the 3 ball going, it really opens up things for the 2 posts, Stacia Barker and Emily Sawyer. Anderson at the top, goes left side Jenkins. And now back out to AC, and check that, Brewster in the right corner, Anderson holding it in the right wing. Back out to Jenkins, center left, top of the circle 3, got it!
Lily Johnson ready to check in at the scorer's table for the Red Devils.
Fessler with the basketball, and Evanston finds themselves down by 6 to just Brinley Jenkins. So it's 6 for Rock Springs, 3 Evanston. Right side, Abby Rigby puts up the jumper from about 4 out, but it falls short. Rebound by Anderson, and the Tigers take it the other way, up by 3. Jenkins at the top, kicks it right side Anderson, and now over to Harris in the right corner, back looking for Jenkins on the right sideline, but she makes a wise move. Notice it was tipped and lets it go over the sideline. Tigers basketball, 3:33 to play here in the first. Jenkins flicks it over to Brewster. She gets the handoff back from Brewster and now is circling from right towards left and the elbow. About the same spot she was at when she hit her last 3. Instead, it's James who calls for it on the right side. Drives uncontested into the paint and bounces it off the glass. So Cameron James and Brinley Jenkins are the scorers for Evanston. It's a 8-3 lead, and just like that, a quick foul on Kendall Fessler as the pass was stolen on the inbound, and then Kendall had to foul. Jenkins to inbound at the near post. Goes Brewster at the top. Anderson on the right side. Crosses into the elbow. Now steps back into the wing. Bounces it once. Now flicks it back to Jenkins at the top. She holds up a fist with her right hand. Signals the play. Left side James. Drives into the left block. Puts up the shot off the paint. And this time goes in from the left and is good. 10-3 Rock Springs. Full court pressure put on by the Tigers. Fessler goes cross court to Johnson in the right side. Already across the time stripe. Rigby marches towards the top. And Coach Dolezal wants a timeout, but she is not granted it. Instead, the clock stops with a foul. Comes up on Cameron James. Sorry, go ahead.
Evanston's struggling with what most teams have struggled with, the shooting of Brinley Jenkins, the athleticism of James.
Timeout called by Coach Dolezal. It's brought to you by Brandon Day with Edward Jones. We'll be right back after this on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Red Devil basketball on KNYN and MyLocalRadio.com.
Wyoming is unique. When it comes to high school sports, we might travel 6 hours to a game, but when we get there, we know the other team, their parents, and the coaches. Wyoming is like one small town with really long streets. When your travels take you to Evanston, always stay with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. Clean, comfortable rooms, a restaurant serving healthy, delicious food, and breakfast is always included. If you're bringing the team or following the team, stay with us every time you're in Evanston. The Best Western Dunmar Inn.
Inbound play for Evanston as it is Rigby going to Fessler at the center line. Elan OLLIFF and Jake Nichols coming to you live from the Plains Tire broadcast booth. Rigby on the right block, puts up the shot over the defense. It's short, gets her own rebound back, but it goes on the baseline. Turn over to Rock Springs. Kaylin Drew checking in for the Red Devils. Jenkins inbound it at the near post and brings it forward for the Tigers.
Yeah, Daru is going to guard Brendley Jenkins. You saw it.
James on the right side goes into the elbow, blocked by, it looked like Abby Rigby. And she falls out of bounds, and they call the foul. I think there was some contact made, and check that. Stacia Barker is the one who's charged with it. Her first foul, second one on the Red Devils.
Caitlin Daru better be ready to play defense. Kendall Fessler pointed at Daru and then pointed at Brankins and said, "That's your man."
Jenkins, first free throw, front iron, glass, no good. Stacia comes out, Emily Sawyer comes in. So it is Rigby, Johnson, Sawyer, Fessler, and Daru out there.
James is 73% free throw shooter from the line.
And those numbers hold up as she hits the second one, no problem. 11-3 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Red Devils down. And Fessler gets it to Sawyer, goes to Daru, right back to Rigby. Evanston moving the ball around well, but they've got to get some points on the board, down by 8. Fessler on the right side goes back to Sawyer. Open Abby Rigby, left side three, and that one is just a touch too hard. Gets her own rebound, charges into the lane, puts it up the jumper, and it's good. The layup makes it a 6-point game. Rigby with her first points.
Great job to follow her shot. Too many times shooter shoots and then falls back thinking it's going to go in or not go in. Fouled her shot, got her own rebound.
Lily Johnson playing tough defense, leaving Brewster no choice but to bounce it off of Johnson and over the baseline on the other side of the court. Inbound play coming up for Rock Springs. It's Jenkins taking it in the left corner. Goes Anderson at the top, flings it left side Jenkins, and Daru picks her up. Jenkins, step back, fadeaway jumper from about 16 out, too hard. Rebound by Rock Springs. That was Harris. Her shot's too hard, and Emily Sawyer pulls it in. Right side, Daru going to Lily Johnson in the right block, but it's just out of reach of her left hand, and she puts it over the baseline. Turnover to Rock Springs. Evanston down by 6 with 1:28 to play in the first.
First-year coach Dolezal does a great job managing the bench to keep those bigs in. She has to give Barker a break, so she's always got one big. It's going to be Sawyer, Barker, or Johnson on the floor at all times.
Frankham at the scorer's table for Evanston, and now right side Jenkins in the offensive part of the court for the Tigers. Jenkins holds up her index finger and pinky to signal the play, goes into the left elbow. Locked out well by the Evanston defense, though, until she finally threads her way into the right block. Blocked by Emily Sawyer. She puts the layup up, and the junior definitely is making an impact. Abby Rigby comes out and shows the number 10 to Brinkley Frankham, saying, all right, she's yours now. Of course, 10 is Cameron James.
She's a handful, too.
Inbound pass to Anderson, who is barely able to corral it in at the center line and flinks it back to Jenkins on the right wing. Anderson wants it at the top, goes James in the left corner. And now kind of flips it out to Anderson, back to James in between the circles. Jenkins on the right side, picked up by Mia Barker. Goes into the elbow, flings one in the lane to Brewster, flings it back out to Anderson. Right side, headed for Ella Brewster on the right sideline. It's through her arms and into the Evanston fan section across the court from us. Red Devil basketball, 30.8 seconds to play in the first. Evanston trails by 6. Frankham to inbound it. She goes Fessler, who's covered by Jenkins. Tigers ease up on the pressure, and now Fessler wants a screen from Sawyer. Gets it back to Emily in the lane, puts the shot up. It's short, but she's hacked. 2 Independent Software Solution free throws coming up for Emily Sawyer.
Sawyer, 51% free throw shooter. She's going to be at the line a lot today. Perhaps so will Stacia Barker.
Our free throws brought to you by Independent Software Solutions. Let ISS be your IT guy. Sawyer puts the first one up, and it's too hard off the back iron. It's Sawyer shooting the free throws out there with Frankham, Johnson, Mia Barker, and Fessler. 19.3 left in the first. Evanston trails by 6 as Sawyer lets the next one go, and it's hard off the back iron, but tracked down by Mia. Evanston will get another crack at this. Frankham in the left quarter, covered by James. Flings it out to Mia in between the circles. Drives towards her left side, gets in the elbow, puts up the jumper, and is too hard from about 16 out. 3 seconds left. Long cross-court pass to Anderson on the right side. No shot. The buzzer goes off, and that is the end of the first. It's 11-5 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Rock Springs leads on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Red Devil basketball on KNYN and MyLocalRadio.com.
Now you've got a safe and secure place to store your boat, RV, ATVs, and other vehicles right in town. T-Bar Body Shop offers storage for just $35 per month. Long and short-term storage options are available. Of course, T-Bar Body Shop also offers custom bodywork when you have an accident. We work with your insurance directly and get the job done right. T-Bar Body Shop offers a wide range of services. Stop in today and see all the ways T-Bar can serve you. 515 County Road, Evanston. Let T-Bar fix your car.
Well, stat-wise, it's pretty easy to keep track of as we start our second quarter. For Evanston, you've got 3 from Kendall Fessler and 2 from Abby Rigby, and that's about it. They trail 11-5, so Evanston's done a good job defensively, but right now you've got all 11 of those points coming from the combo we talked about in the pregame that, Jake, you really can't let get loose, and that is Cameron James and Brenley Jenkins. Jenkins with 6, James with 5.
They're really the two you got to watch, and there's not a lot of creativity to me to the Rock Spring offense. I thought Evanston's been very patient in that half-court defense, waiting. You're going to get the step back from Brenley, or you're going to get James doing something.
Fessler tries to bounce it in the lane to Emily Sawyer. It's stolen, but taken back by Fessler. Left block off the glass, and Kendall Fessler says, let's make this a 4-point game.
Nice job, Kenley.
Fessler with 5 leads the Red Devils, and she's one of the few Red Devils on the court that will be back next year. So that is some exciting news for Red Devil lady basketball fans. Jenkins at the top of the arc. Looks up at the rim. Instead, she kicks it right side to Jenkins, standing on the paw print on the right angle. Jenkins wants a player to come forward. Instead, goes left side to Brenley. Jenkins into the left part of the key, locked out by the 2 post players. Kicks it back out to Brewster, who's barely inside the arc when she lets up a jumper too hard. Fessler with the rebound. 7:03 at Evanston, trying to make this one a one-possession ball game. Pass inside the lane, taken away by Cameron James. It was intended for Stacia, but James goes up, elevates, and pulls it in with one hand. Calms it down as James is still our ball holder. Dribbling with the right hand, now 2-hand passes back to Jenkins. Hand off to Brewster at the top of the arc. Back to Anderson, and now it looks like we're getting a little bit of movement, a creative movement, that is, from Rock Springs, and a lot of patience. 6.5 to play here in the first half, as James hands off to AC, and now back to Jenkins at the top. Brenley drives into the right elbow, gets around the defense, and Mia Barker, though, fouls her going up to avoid giving up the easy basket.
Coach Dalzall's man on defense has Stacia on James and has Mia Barker on Brenley Jenkins. Mia lost Jenkins for a moment, got picked off the screen, and when she found her again, she did get some arm.
First one from Jenkins is up and good, and it's back to being a 5-point game.
This is yet another thing Jenkins does very well, 70% free throw shooter.
As that one is a rare miss. Pulled off of the back iron by Mia Barker, but she's immediately swarmed by two Tigers. Mia passes down court to Stacia. She goes off of the glass too hard. Rebound by Brindley, and then Stacia fouls Emma Acey, who got the rebound, not Jenkins. Check that. So 21, Emma Acey gets the rebound, and then Stacia just kind of touches knees with her going down. And that is the second one on Barker, so Stacia is going to have to come out. Lily Johnson is going to come in, so Johnson will join Sawyer in the paint as the post players as they set up the half-court man-to-man defense. Jenkins brings it forward, across the center line, goes left side Anderson. AC in the left corner. Back to Jenkins in the right. James on the left, and now tell you what, Jake, Rock Springs is showing great patience here to try to bust Evanston's defense somehow, but Evanston's holding up. Jenkins gets a screen, but instead goes left side three, interfaces Emily Sawyer, and the rebound goes out of bounds, but they're saying a Rock Springs player held Evanston, and it's a foul.
Brewster, I believe.
We'll see. Yep, it is on Ella Brewster. Her first one, and only the fourth on Rock Springs.
I think Evanston's going to need a big game out of Lily Johnson. She averages 3 points, 2.5 boards, especially with Stacia in foul trouble. They need Lily tonight.
First inbound attempt is poked over into the Evanston bench by AC. And now it's an inbound from the left corner for Rigby. Goes to Johnson, who is immediately mugged by AC. And the full court pressure is on from Rock Springs to change the look up. And going free is Fessler, right side Rigby after the long cross-court pass. Back out to Kendall as she retreats back towards the center Riverton paw print logo. 5:16 to play in the half. Red Devils trail by 5. Lily Johnson goes into the lane, puts the shot up, takes the contact, and will shoot 2. It comes against Brewster. That's the 5th one on Rock Springs, the 2nd one on Brewster. And Johnson to shoot 2 independent software solution free throws. First one is up and rattles through and in good. 4-point game once again. And if Johnson can go 2 for 2 here, that would be big, making this a one-possession ball game.
45% free throw shooter. Come on, Lily.
Lily bounces it hard off the iron, pulled down by Brewster, flings it outside to Jenkins, and now here come the Tigers with a chance, up by 4. 5 minutes left in the quarter. James dribbles once, kicks it right side Anderson, and now retreats back towards the center logo. Bounces it around. Fessler, who's playing some tough defense on her. Jenkins on the right side, picked up by Mia Barker. Red Devils trail by 4 on defense. Right side, AC. And now James goes into the lane, and she's held. 15 foul on Evanston, and it's coming against Mia Barker. That is her first.
Rigby.
Oh, check that. That is Abby Rigby. Jenkins inbounded at the far post. Lightly hits it over into the arms of AC, and she puts up the shot and is fouled. That's the 6th one on Evanston. And it comes against Kendall Fessler, her 2nd one. And the AC to shoot 2. First one is too hard off the back. No good. Frankham comes in. Fessler comes out. So she'll join Mia Barker, Rigby, Johnson, and Mia. 0 for 2 for AC, and now Evanston with a chance to get back into this one and make it a one-possession game. Right side, Frankham, but it's picked away by Anderson. She's off and running. Puts up the jumper before she runs into Mia Barker. It's too hard, and reading it well is Lily Johnson. She pulls down the board, and the Red Devils, with just over 4 minutes to play in the second, trail by 4, bring it forward. Frankham goes right side to Rigby, looking for Lily Johnson on the right block. She is manned hard by the Rock Springs defender.
Yeah, Good defense there by Sydney Harris, the sophomore. She's 5'11", so maybe one of the few answers to Evanston's length. She did a good job down low against Lily Johnson.
The shot goes over the baseline from Lily under the net, and now it's Brinley Jenkins who brings it forward with a 4-point lead with just under 4 to play in the second. Back out to Anderson at the top. Lobs one in the lane to James, and Rigby.
Very aggressive by Rigby.
Yeah, commits the foul, shakes it off. She's kind of like, okay, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, she earned it.
She's just, I think she's kind of saying, I really got no other options right now.
Yeah.
If you saw what happened before the play, though, she took some contact, hit the ground, got back up in order to make that foul. Really quick play by Rigby, but it does put Evanston defensively in the bonus as James will shoot 1 for 1. First one is up and good, 13-8.
The best way to deny Cameron James her points is deny her the ball, and that was Abby Rigby's thought there. But
James with the shot, front iron, and rolls through. 14-8, so Red Devils down by 6. Frankham rings it forward, goes Lily Johnson, who pulls it in on her fingertips on the right sideline, puts on the brakes. DeRue on the left side has shown some rain. Mia Barker, jump shot, left elbow, that one off the front iron and rolls in. Red Devils cut it down to 4. Here comes the quick transition by Cameron James. She goes from one end to the other, puts the layup too hard, and then Brewster responds, puts the shot up, it falls through, and the foul. Brewster from the left part of the paint with the hard contact. It comes against Emily Sawyer, and the 8th one against Evanston. Red Devils down by 6.
Go Sydney Harris, the 5'11" sophomore, with that board. She misses the free throw, though.
Harris bounces it off of the backboard, missed the free throw, and rebound on the bounce by Rock Springs. Their second chance is no good. Evanston with the basketball, down by 6. Sawyer on the right side, goes to Rue, flings it back out to Mia Barker on the left corner. 3:07 to play here in the second. Evanston trailing 16-10. Bad pass taken away in the lane by Cameron James. And under 3 to play, Rock Springs brings it forward with 6-point lead for the team from Rock Springs. James flicks it back out to Jenkins at the top, at the center logo. Brenley crosses into the elbow, kicks it back out to Anderson, left side 3. Rainbows over the net, right into the arms of Mia Barker. 2:39 to play. Frankham goes across the center line, right side DeRue. Quick pass to Johnson, and she's fouled in the lane from behind.
Reaching Emma Acey caught on that one, the freshman.
Frankham to inbound it at the near post. 2:33 left in the half. Still plenty of time, especially when it's only a 6-point game.
Evanston defense been really, really good and getting better all season by the numbers.
Sawyer from the left block puts the shot up. It's rebounded, corralled on her back by Brinkley Frankham, a la helmet catch. Right side back out to Frankham, goes to Lily Johnson, but it's in and out of her hands, taken away by James. But man, what a rebound by Brinkley Frankham.
Impressive.
She literally pinned that thing against her back.
Yeah.
Rock Springs basketball, 6-point lead for the Tigers. Brewster goes Jenkins, right side 3, and she's seeing the net well. It must look as big as a hula hoop to Brinley Jenkins as she splashes it through. Timeout called by Dozal. It's brought to you by Brandon Day with Edward Jones. We'll be right back after this on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Red Devil basketball on KNYN and MyLocalRadio.com.
Whether you're working with a realtor or you're selling your home by owner, the title company you choose really matters. They handle all the research to make sure there aren't any bad surprises like hidden liens, unpaid taxes, forgery, easement restrictions, or access issues. At First American Title, the staff has a combined 140 years of experience and a 98% excellent customer service rating. Make the right choice. Choose to close with First American Title, 1048 Main Street, Evanston.
For Rock Springs, Brinley Jenkins, 3 for 4 from the three-point line. And if she's having a night like that, Evanston's got to get in her face and shut her down quickly. She is a shooter that you cannot afford to get hot.
She's streaky, but she's really good. She had a quiet game against Natrona last time out.
Lily Johnson, jumper from about 16 out, rolls it on in, and the Red Devils cut the gap down to 7. Right side, Anderson gets a screen from AC. Back out to James at the top. Sharpshooter Jenkins goes into the left elbow, retreats back out, goes back into the elbow, the key, puts the shot up off the bottom of the backboard, and it's a fight for the rebound. Jump ball, possession arrow pointed at Rock Springs.
Emily Sawyer, really good defense down low. And Evanston doing a really good job, despite Jenkins being 3 for 4 from beyond the arc. Evanston doing a good job on how they handle her.
Inbound to James at the top. She goes to the free throw line. Back to Brinkley Frankham. Right side to Jenkins, right at the top of the circle for 3. And that's only her second miss in 5 attempts. Pulled down by Frankham on the bounce. 68 seconds left in the half. But Frankham puts a foot down, and one too many. Travel turnover to Rock Springs.
It's Mia Barker manned up on Brentley Jenkins. She's done a really good job, even when Rock Springs tries to pick her off. Evanston does a good job of switching who's with Jenkins.
Jenkins right block, too hard on the layup, and rebound by AC, but they're saying there's a foul on the rebound. The fans in red disagree with the call, and it comes against Mia Barker, her second one, and the 9th one on Evanston. Emma AC to shoot 2.
The freshman, 36% free throw shooter, not great.
She's now 66% for the day.
Oh, wow.
She must have heard you say not great.
She
said, you know what,
have.
Jake, I'm going to show you right now.
Well, she's a freshman on the big stage right now, but she's pretty cool.
And she's 50% for the day as she's short off the front iron. Pulled down by Sawyer. Frankham goes through Brinley Jenkins, drives towards the left block, bounces it out to Lily Johnson on a great play, and Lily draws the foul on the shot.
Beautiful pass by Frankham to see Lily all alone on the backside.
Talking with Coach Dolezal with the injuries they have to Malia Wilson and Mackenzie Porter, they're counting on Brinkley Frankham to be that great ball distributor to complement Kendall Fessler as Johnson hits the first free throw, makes it a 7-point game, and she'll get another Independent Software Solutions free throw.
She was almost apologetic about using the glass on that one. She kind of smiled, but hey, they count.
Johnson 2 for 3 of the day. Can she make it 3 for 4 as she tees up the second one, and that one too hard, and rebound on the bounce in the lane by James. She brings it forward, goes into the left block, and loses control, but it flings it out to Brewster. Blocked by Johnson. Rebound by Sawyer. Great defense by the team from Uintah County. Left side, Rigby goes to Sawyer. Left block, puts it off the glass too hard, and the rebound is loose. Picked up by Johnson, who goes into the crowd to get it. Goes back out to DeRue. Frankham goes left side. Rigby for 3. That one too hard off of the far iron. Pulled down by the Tigers. 9 seconds left in the half. 7-point lead for Rock Springs. And a double dribble called on Anderson. Red Devils get it back with 5.1 seconds.
Got time to do something here. Who's it going to be?
I think they are sending the house to the offensive side of the court. Rigby with the inbound play goes to Frankham, and now she goes back out to Sawyer. She is not going to get a shot off. Just Evanston could not get the offensive play drawn up in there to get an interior shot. Rock Springs defense holds up, and that is the end of the first half. It's a football score, 20-13 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. The Tigers lead the Red Devils on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Red Devil basketball on KNYN and MyLocalRadio.com. We'll be back after this short break.
Risk takers, adventure seekers, optimists, authentic people with a fire in their belly and greatness in their hearts. You'll find them here, in a place where the spirit of the cowboy lives and thrives.
I am a cowboy.
I am a cowboy.
Soy vaquera. The world needs more cowboys.
As high school sports fans, we know that sometimes you have to drive a long way to get to the next game. If you find yourself on the side of the road, remember that Freeway Tire in Evanston offers service calls and roadside assistance 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's a great idea to have your vehicle serviced, tires checked, and oil changed to make sure it's in top shape before your next long drive. Visit Freeway Tire today, your locally owned and operated tire shop. Freeway Tire, 217 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
Receive the best service in the industry when you lease or purchase office equipment from the professional, friendly staff at Mountain West Business Solutions. With a guaranteed quick turnaround time, we will save you money, time, and energy with quality products and customer service that is unmatched in the industry. Serving customers in Wyoming and Utah, Mountain West Business Solutions is a local company with a toll-free number, 866-583-9925. Call us today.
Trona Valley Federal Credit Union is a not-for-profit financial institution. When you become a member, you are an owner of the credit union. We believe in people over profit, and that impacts the way we do business from our overall structure down to the smallest detail. Our philosophy sets us apart, and we're here for you. Earn more with our high-yield checking account, start a savings goal, check out our competitive loans, and much more. Become a member today. We're a caring partner dedicated to your financial success. Member NCUA.
Dealing with computer problems can be frustrating and make you wish for your own personal IT guy. Now, everyone can afford an IT guy. Independent Software Solutions has served customers in Wyoming and Utah for over 20 years. We develop software, handle system and network administration, repair personal and business computers, and sell accessories. Independent Software Solutions is your one-stop computer business solution. Call today, 307-789-1978. Let Independent Software Solutions be your IT guy.
We welcome you back to the Plains Tire broadcast booth, Elan and Jake Nichols, and now it is time for our Independent Software Solutions halftime show. Everybody always wants their own IT guy, and now you can let ISS be your IT guy. And Jake, you got the stats in front of you. Why don't you go ahead and run through our unofficial stats right now?
So far, things jumping out at me. Evanston doing what they've done all season long, and that's out-rebounding their opponent. Lady Red Devils, 10 boards compared to just the 4 boards for Rock Spring Lady Tigers. So that's good news. The other good news is, good news in a way is so far Stacia Barker and Emily Sawyer have been held off the scoreboard. For Stacia Barker averaging 9 points a game and Emily Sawyer 6.5, there's 15.5 points right there that you haven't heard from if you're a Red Devil fan. So I know Emily's got 2 fouls, but in the second half, all bets are off. You got to turn her loose. And, to me, that's good news that you haven't had scoring from either of those 2 big players. But Kendall Fessler with 5, Mia Barker 2, Abby Rigby 2, and Mia Barker's had the luck of the draw of having to guard Kenley Jenkins all night. Brentley Jenkins, sorry. Brentley Jenkins, 11 points, lead all scores on the Rock Springs side. Cameron James with 7. Ella Brewster with 2, and that rounds out their scoring. So, if you just can identify Brentley Jenkins a little better and of course, keep your eye on Cameron James, you can really turn this around. The defense has been pretty good. You've held Rock Springs to 20, and this is a team that averages about 44 a game. So you're doing pretty good.
Yeah, I was just looking at that stat, averaging 44.3 points per game, and they've held them to under their halfway point. And Evanston's got to feel good about where they sit, especially defensively, and they're doing what they do well, very well. As you mentioned, out-rebounding the Tigers 10-4. Throwing in some interesting numbers for free throws. Evanston shooting 33.3% from the line today, while Rock Springs at 45.5%. 8 turnovers for Rock Springs, 6 for Evanston. So they're winning the turnover battle. That is always a very important thing.
Yeah, that's important. And that defense, maybe it comes down to the things we don't see. We talked a lot about Evanston's inside game and Rock Springs' ability to shoot from distance. Maybe it comes down to Rock Springs playing that inside game, and that's a lot of Sydney Harris. It's the freshman Emma Acey, and maybe it comes down to the outside shooting of Evanston, and maybe somebody gets hot from there. But so far, I still think Emily Sawyer and Stacy Bark have been too quiet, and you got to get second half points out of them, and that's going to be your run. I'll be interested to see what Coach Stormy Dolezal does to adjust to the Rock Springs shooting. Defensively, you haven't been too bad, and you've had mainly Mia Barker on their hot shooter Jenkins, so and they've done a good job of switching. Rock Springs tries to pick and screen to get Brenly free, and it hasn't worked a bunch. I mean, there's been a few times Brenly created her own space with a step back, but the screens, Evanston's done a good job of rolling off them. When Mia Barker gets picked off a screen, someone is there to pick up Brenly Jenkins, and that somebody has been it's been Lily Johnson a lot, it's been Kendall Fessler a lot, but somebody's always there. Evanston doing a good job of just trying to figure out where the damage is coming from and limiting it.
Well, let's talk about some stats that we don't usually touch on, and that's what I'm looking at right now. Blocks. Emily Sawyer with 2 of the 3 blocks. So, yeah, offensively she's been quiet, but defensively she has been absolutely priceless.
Yeah, there's not much inside for Rock Springs, and they know it. They're doing so that half-court offense getting a little stale. They tried working the ball down low early, and it wasn't there. So what they'll do is they try to create the screens for Jenkins, and we said that really hasn't worked. And I think Evanston's got to watch those cross-court passes. The Lady Tigers love doing that, flinging the ball all the way across the court. If one of these Lady Red Devils figures that out and steps into one of those passes, watch those turnover numbers go up for Evanston, and maybe they get it back in the game that way. But right now, I like the way Evanston has limited points off transition. Rock Springs loves to create a lot of points on the run, especially with Cameron James, who's a great athlete. Evanston's gotten back on defense quickly, and they have not allowed Rock Springs to score points off turnovers or off the transition.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll have the third quarter on the First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Red Devil basketball on KNYN and MyLocalRadio.com.
This presentation on MyLocalRadio.com is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. With over 3 decades of experience, Dr. Todd Hoover can help you with all the chiropractic work you need, plus x-rays, blood work, a weight loss program, and can help you get rid of allergies and migraines. Dr. Todd Hoover with Hoover Chiropractic in Evanston.
In May of 2019, Uinta County School District No. 1 became the first school district in Wyoming to achieve a certified level 1 on high reliability schools by the Rosana Leadership Center. We're focusing on 3 levels. Level 1 is a safe and collaborative culture. Level 2, effective teaching in every classroom. And Level 3 is a guaranteed and viable curriculum. We are certified level 1 in safe and collaborative culture. This is Superintendent Ryan Thomas. Congratulations to everyone in our district. Keep up the great work.
Uinta County School District No. 1, Pathway to Excellence.
Whether you're a high school student or a community member looking for change, let Uinta BOCES No. 1 and Western Evanston Outreach help you get started. Career opportunities await you when you further your education. Programs include workforce training, college credit for high school students, and college and career readiness. What are you waiting for? Find your passion. Enroll today. Call 789-5742 or email info@uintaeducation.org.
That concludes our halftime show, brought to you by Independent Software Solutions. Let ISS be your IT guy. Now we get started with the third quarter. Evanston finds themselves down 20-13 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard, but Evanston with a chance to draw first blood. Stacia in the lane off the glass, and just like that, Stacia Barker's in this game, and it's a 5-point game.
Stacia's back.
That is a big get if you are Evanston to get those points back. James on the right side drives to the block, bounces it off the glass and in, and Cameron James just took on Stacia Barker one-on-one. 7:34 to play here in the third. Fessler puts on the brakes after going across the time stripe. Dribbles towards her left side, almost takes a tumble, instead bounces out to Sawyer at the free throw line. Emily hands off to Mia on the right side, but it's slapped over the baseline by Anderson. Evanston basketball, it'll be an inbound at that far corner.
I think Coach Candelaria of Rock Springs knows Stacia Barker has 2 fouls. She's manned up on James, so watch for Cameron James to go right to the rack, see if she can draw that 3rd foul from Stacia.
Right side, Rigby goes to Sawyer, puts the shot up too hard, and trying to rebound it was Stacia, but it's in and out of her hands, picked up by Rock Springs. 7:07 to play. Tigers up by 7. Unbelievable layup by Cameron James on the runner from the left to right. Lays the ball way high and it falls into the net. 9-point lead for Rock Springs. Fessler goes left side, Abby Rigby. Stacia open in the lane, but Rigby, bad pass taken away by James. And now Jenkins brings it forward, picked up by Mia Barker. Handoff to James at the top. Back out to Jenkins on the right. Thought about taking a 3, instead puts on the brakes. Goes left side, AC, back to James in the left corner. Drives towards her right, away from the screen set by AC. Jenkins, top of the circle for 3. In and out. Rebound by Mia. Fessler gets it and now brings it forward. The junior. Long cross-court pass, left corner for Rigby. Instead, finds Stacia at the left block. 1 bounce, puts the shot up over the defender. Rebound by Fessler, puts up the shot. No foul. Evanston wants one, but it's not going to happen. Here come the Tigers with 6 minutes to play in the third. Up 24-15. Jenkins rushes into the lane, puts the shot up hard off the glass, and Stacia boxes out and gets the rebound. Red Devil basketball down by 9. 5:49, right side 3. Kendall up and over the rim, kept in bounds by Emily Sawyer, but Jenkins steps in front of it and takes it away. Rock Springs basketball, right block, puts the shot up, and offensive foul on Jenkins. Stacia Barker gets to the lane and plants the feet, takes the charge.
Stacia breathed a sigh of relief. He thought it might have been her 3rd, but it wasn't. Good job to set her feet. Candelaria didn't like the call.
Rigby to inbound it at the near post as we get a substitution. Sydney Harris checks in for AC. Sawyer goes to Rigby. This is one of the rare times since the first quarter we've seen Stacia and Sawyer both on the floor at the same time. Rigby goes right side, Fessler. Takes 1 bounce, goes back to Sawyer on the right elbow, lobs one to Stacia at the right block, puts the shot up over the glass. It goes over and just drips into the arms of James. Left side, Jenkins. Goes Cameron James on the left elbow. 5:11 to play in the third. James looking towards her right and finds Jenkins at the top. Goes back out to that's Brewster on the left side. Bad pass taken away by Evanston. Mia Barker on the left elbow. Goes to Emily Sawyer under the net. Puts up the shot too hard off the glass. Rebound by Rock Springs. Winner of this game will get Natrona County tomorrow afternoon. Loser will get Riverton tomorrow morning, and a winner moves on. Loser goes home.
Boy, Natrona's looked good the last couple of games, and this morning.
Jenkins, right side jumper from the free throw line. Air balls over the baseline. Yeah, they really have, Jake. And that's a team that a lot of people have just on the cusp of being a top 5 ranked team in not just the West, but the state. Sawyer at the center line, dribbles it over, and now goes towards the top of the arc. Goes Fessler at the top, at the center logo, rather. Left side, Mia Barker, 4 minutes left in the third. Mia drives towards the back left side of the key, bounces it out to Lily Johnson, puts the shot up off the front iron, gets her own rebound back. It bounces high, rattles around, rebound by Sawyer, and she'll get it to go. 3rd time's the charm, Red Devils.
It's those boards. Evanston dominating the boards, continuing to do that. They just got to create points off it.
13-8, Evanston winning the battle at the glass. Top of the circle 3 by Jenkins, and that one is too hard. Trying to keep it in bounds was Anderson. Fessler had a chance to corral it in, but it goes off of her hands and into the Rock Springs bench. We talked about it earlier. You said it yourself. that you could see a bit of streakiness coming from Jenkins. She's been over since the beginning of this half.
Yeah, and part of that is Mia Barker in the defense. Mia's been with her every step of the way.
Anderson on the left side, bounces right side. Brewster holds it in the elbow. Back out to Anderson at the top. Jenkins in the left wing. Takes one dribble, and then now Fessler picks her up on defense, keeping up with her stride for stride. Step back jumper from about 18 out short. Rebound by Mia Barker. Red Devils with the basketball. Kendall brings it forward, and now turns on the Jets over the base or the center line. Right side, Mia finds Emily Sawyer at the free throw line. She dribbles towards the right, puts up the jumper from about 12 out. Too hard off the back iron, and rebound by Brewster. Foul called as Mia Barker might have made some contact after the rebound. Brewster already had possession of the basketball. It's why they didn't call it a jump ball.
One reason Evanston's been quiet in the paint is good defensive work from young underclassmen. Emma Acey, Brenley Jenkins, Sydney Harris. That's a freshman, a sophomore. Sorry, not
Jenkins,
Emma,
a senior, yeah.
Brewster. Acey, Brewster, and Harris. Freshman, sophomore.
Left corner three from Anderson, too hard. Rebound by Rock Springs. They're going to get another chance. That is only their... I'll have to look at it a little bit later. I was going to say how many rebounds that was, but James at the top, right side to Jenkins. That is only their 10th rebound of the game. Evanston's got 16. 2:20. Deep three from Jenkins. Top of the circle, and it rattles through. 10-point lead for Rock Springs. 2:14 to play here in the third. Fessler brings it over the line, goes left side to Rue. Dribbles towards the left elbow, flings it back out to Rigby. Right side three, well short, and the rebound goes into the arms of Jenkins on the bounce. Less than 2 minutes to play in the third. James on the right side, puts the shot up, draws the foul, and gets it to go. Lily Johnson might have corralled an arm of Cameron James. She lifts up the shot, gets it to fall in, and it is going to be a free throw. Old school three-point play for Cameron Jenkins.
Yeah, that was one of the rare times Evanston did not get back on defense. James is just so quick to the hole.
Shot by Cameron is up and good, and it's 30-17 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. That is the 14th point for Cameron Jenkins, and now she leads the game, according to the scoreboard here. Drew goes left side to Frankham. Quick pass to Stacia. Back out to Frankham. Left side for three. Got it! Well, let's see if the outside shot opens up a little bit for Evanston. 30-20 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. 92 seconds left in the third. Jenkins at the top. Dribbles and crosses over to her left. Kicks it over to Brewster in the corner. Drives into the lane, and she's fouled.
Wow,
contact by Lily Johnson.
there. Yeah, Lily Johnson didn't agree with it.
Contact made, and it does come against Lily. It's her first and the third on Evanston.
Abby Rigby checks in for Lily Johnson, who drew that foul. Just her first, though.
So you've got Stacia, Emily, Daru, and Frankham on the floor for Evanston. Jenkins in the right corner. Back to James at the top. Thought about taking a three. Instead goes into the lane. Puts up the left-handed layup and falls through.
Yeah, she's so quick. She's being guarded by Barker. Size disadvantage for James, but it doesn't matter. She's just so quick.
Left side, Frankham. Quick pass out to Sawyer. Same play for the three that they got last time. This time Frankham is just over the rim. Rebound out of the air by James. 50 seconds left in the third. Red Devils trail by 12. Rock Springs retreating back towards the center logo. And now Jenkins looks to the bench for the play. 35 seconds. James in the left corner, and Evanston putting on the trap. Jenkins open, now flings it out with her right hand to James, left side three. Front iron, rebound easily by Sawyer on the bounce. 22 seconds left. Rigby on the right side, goes across the center line. Back to Daru at the top. Left side Frankham quickly back out to Sawyer. Puts the shot up over the defense. Off the left side of the glass, the front rim, and into the arms of Cameron James. 7 seconds left. Goes Jenkins on the wing. Puts up the three ball, and that's in. And that's the buzzer. 35-20 going into the fourth quarter on a First Bacon Wyoming presentation. of Red Devil basketball on KNYN and mylocalradio.com.
Music is a path to lifelong learning and knowledge of self and culture. When we sing or create music, we use all parts of the brain and supports healthy social development. Music training can improve recall and retention of verbal information, advance math achievement, boost reading and language arts skills, and even increase the average SAT scores. Music's fun. Lessons can be in person or online.
This is Mindy OLLIFF, owner of Piano with Mindy K. I teach students from 3 to adult. Visit pianowithmindyk.com today for more information or to sign up for lessons.
Fourth quarter about to start. Evanston down by 15. And Jake, you always want to remain positive that 15 points you can come back by. But if you're Evanston, the saving grace is if you lose this game, you've got Riverton on the other side, which you beat by 17 points, waiting you in the consolation bracket.
Yeah, the path through the losers bracket is not all that bad.
No.
Right now, it's James and Jenkins, and how can you combat 85% shooting from the floor for James and 71% from beyond the arc for Jenkins? I mean,
there's not much you can do.
Shooting lights out.
James brings it over the center line. And right now, if you're Evanston, you just need something to fall your way to kind of ignite some momentum. Brewster at the center. Bad pass taken away by Mia Barker. That was what we were talking about right there. Redcastle Wealth Management steal for Mia. Stacia on the right corner, and she is mugged by Jenkins. Kicks it out to Fessler, top of the circle, open three. Front iron rattled into the arms of Stacia, and she puts it away.
Wow, nice board and bucket by Stacia.
Evanston down by 13 as James slowly marches over the center line. Goes left side, Jenkins. Gets a screen from Brewster, but drives away from it. Jenkins jump shot from about 16 out, and she's not going to miss now.
That's the first basket she's made that has not been a three from the floor.
Fessler brings it forward, goes over the center line. Right side, Mia Barker. Back out to Fessler at the top. Rigby on the left wing. Abby fakes the shot, drives into the free throw line. Back out to Stacia at the top, who puts up a three, and it's off of the back iron. Rebound by Brewster. Or Harris, check that. 6:45 to play in the game. James towards the right side. Kicks it back out to Jenkins. Now holds up a right hand and a fist.
Yeah, that's the stall. They're not in any hurry here, and Coach Stormy Dalzell imploring her girls to get out and do something on defense.
Jenkins drives into the left block. Short. Well short. Rebound by Stacia. Lobs one to Mia at the right side, and she gets called for a travel. Turnover to Rock Springs with 6:22 left in the fourth.
It's too early to foul if you're the Lady Red Devils, but you can't let Rock Springs just sit back and dribble. Brendley Jenkins, watch her. She's going to be in no hurry here up the floor.
And she walks across the line, hands off left side to Webb. And now the ball's on the ground. Ball's on the ground. Kendall Fessler wrestles it away, but the pass is intercepted by Harris, and she's fouled.
That's the right idea by Kendall Fessler. You can't let him just burn clock. She reached in made an aggressive play.
And Rigby is assessed with the foul. Cameron James to inbound it. That's the fourth one on Evanston, the third one for Rigby. I will say this, the referees are letting them play. We haven't seen a lot of jump balls. They're letting them go for it.
They are. This time of year, they put their whistles away.
Which is something Evanston could possibly take advantage of and get in there and create some chaos for the ball handlers. James on the right side dribbles into her teammate Webb, and now timeout called by Coach Candelaria. Timeout brought to you by Brandon Day with Edward Jones. We'll be right back after this on the First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Red Devil basketball on KNYN and mylocalradio.com.
Folks have many reasons to visit Casper, Wyoming every year, whether it's work, high school sports and activities, a romantic getaway, or business meetings. The best place to stay when you're in Casper is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. A beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, a pool, fitness center, and a fabulous indoor atrium. You can also reserve meeting rooms for your next event, and each stay includes an extended continental breakfast. Reserve your rooms today at the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper, Wyoming. Call 307-472-6300.
Fourth quarter action. ELAN OLLIFF and Jake Nichols bringing you the action live from the Plains Tower broadcast booth at the 2022 4A West Regional Basketball Tournament. Evanston and Rock Springs in first round action. 37-22 Rock Springs on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Jenkins drives towards the free throw line, puts on the brakes, and now kicks it back out to Anderson. Jenkins holding it, and now you said it, they're going to kill as much clock as they can. Inbound in the lane to Brewster, who puts the shot up too hard, but she's fouled, and it's coming against Rigby. That's her fourth. And I'll bring up Ella Brewster to shoot 2.
It looks like Coach Dolezal is going to go get Brinkley with Frankham, and those two indeed swap.
Returning for Evanston, 25, Frankham.
Ella Brewster, 46% free throw shooter. She's been quiet this afternoon, but all the noise has been made from Brendley Jenkins and Cameron James as she makes that one.
So it's 38-22 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Red Devils trailing. Fessler drives into the left side of the key, kicks it out to Frankham in the left corner. Now she finds Johnson in the left block, puts up the shot off the glass and gets it to go.
Nice move. Lily fake left, or fake right, went left. Beautiful post move.
James on the right side goes back out to Jenkins. 4:39 left in the fourth. Jenkins dribbles with the right hand, goes into the wing, picks up the ball over Kendall Fessler, who is following a screen, and now Evanston mugs them, but they get it over to Cameron James on a run, who puts the shot up from the right side, off the glass, too hard, rebound by the Tigers.
Barker got a piece of that.
Kick it back out to James on the right corner, circling towards the top of the arc. Hopping along, and we've got a off-ball foul coming against Evanston. Mia Barker, a hold.
Boy, Kendall Fessler, she played defense like that all year. She has
looked good in the postseason. This has kind of been a breakout year, not just for Kendall Fessler, but also Emily Sawyer. We've seen Lily Johnson have some great moments in this game as well. Jenkins inbounds to James at the top of the arc. Retreats back towards the center line. Right side Jenkins, 4:08 to play here in the fourth. Jenkins drives towards the left elbow, left wing. Now hands it off.
Just hounding Jenkins.
Hounded off to James, and then gets a screen from Jenkins. James goes right back to Jenkins at the top, and those two are going to go ahead and just play keep away the rest of the time they can. Jenkins in no hurry to get a shot up. Right side blocked by Stacia, but they're going to call a foul. Jenkins goes into the right side of the key, puts the shot up. Stacia gets the ball, but might have gotten a little bit of 23 as well.
Yeah, I don't know what Brendley was thinking. She went right at Lily Johnson and Stacia Barker. I wouldn't do that. She ended up on the floor, but did draw the foul.
First shot is up and good from Jenkins, and it's 39-24 in the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Next shot from Brindley. Goes through, and it's a 40-point game for Rock Springs, 18 of them for Brindley Jenkins. Jenkins and James has combined for 34 of the 40 points.
That's all they've needed, yep.
Bounces it into Sawyer, right side block, off the glass too hard on the bounce. It's pulled down by James. 3:30 to play here in the fourth. Jenkins gets it at the top, and now she's going to hold it for a while. Inbound in the lane, pass to James, puts the shot up under the net, and it's good. Producer's note for our producer Colton. Please respond to the text message I sent you. Left side, Frankham goes to Sawyer. Spin move in the lane, bounces it off the glass and in. 42-26 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Jenkins goes across the center line, right side to James, and she is hacked, and will stop the clock with 2:52, and that is the 8th team foul on Evanston. And the 3rd one on Stacia.
Well, it's what you're left with just 2:52 is starting to run up the fouls. But if you send Brentley Jenkins to the line, it's going to be a long afternoon. She's been getting them by 3, so I guess getting them one at a time is a little better. She missed that, though.
Jenkins bounces that one high off of the iron, and now here come the Red Devils with a chance. Full court pressure, though, put on by the Tigers. DeRue dribbles the ball, and Jenkins fouls. That's the 2nd one on Brinley Jenkins.
Yeah, she tried to pick Caitlin DeRue's pocket, and I didn't see the contact, but neither did Coach Candelaria. That's her 3rd.
Evanston with the basketball, but losing it to number 24, Brewster, and then Stacia, I think, just might have fouled out. That's the 9th one.
Her 4th.
Or 4th, so that will send Brewster towards the line.
Brewster, a 46% free throw shooter, but she's been better this afternoon, right? What has she done this 50% this afternoon?
And Brewster spins it in and out on the 1-for-1 free throw. Rebound by Stacia. Next foul Evanston gives, it'll be a double bonus. Left side, Frankham, left block, puts it up, and off the front iron, nothing but net and in. 42-28 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. 2:18 to play here in the 4th. James gets the ball on the handoff from Jenkins, drives towards the free throw line, floats it left side to Harris. Her shot from the left block is too short. Stacia easily rebounds it. Fessler, long cross-court pass from right to left to Frankham. Left block, junior to junior, and Frankham just barely is too light off of the left iron. 1:50 left in the 4th. Red Devils are going to have to lick their wounds and reset for a winner goes home or goes on, loser goes home matchup against the home team Riverton tomorrow. Left side 3, Anderson. Too hard off of the base iron. Pulled down by Harris, who somehow does not travel as she pulls that rebound down. She jumped and came down and moved laterally but never picked up her feet.
She's part of that underclassmen trio that's been really good for Rock Springs.
And now Rock Springs with the next 77 seconds are probably just going to play keep away. Lily Johnson goes towards the scorer's table and now goes out to AC on the right side. Anderson in the corner gets the basketball, bounces it back out to Brewster, and now Jenkins will hold it. Coach Dolezal telling them to apply pressure, and a strip away. Caitlin DeRue walks up to Harris, who has about 6 inches on her, and rips the ball out of her hands.
They needed that
turnover.
turnover.
A transition turnover. Fessler travels after the quick pass, and it goes back to Rock Springs. But I tell you what, Kate DeRue has the lead candidate for Dr. McKay Franco Precision Play of the game. Just the heart that took.
Lily Johnson in for Emily Sawyer. Both have had a very good game for Evanston.
Bounces it out to James with 45 seconds left. Fessler chases her down. So too does Frankham. It's a trap. Fessler and Frankham double teaming James, and there's a foul. It's coming against Kendall.
These Lady Red Devils look exhausted, but it's because they've really turned up the heat defensively. They're playing man, and they're playing really tight, and they're exhausted doing it.
James to shoot 2 as they're in the double bonus, and it's good. 43-28 with 38.4 seconds. So now you're Evanston, you're Rock Springs. You're going to play Natrona County in the semis. Now you're Evanston. You're playing Riverton in a winner moves on to an elimination game. Loser, their season is done matchup. First thing tomorrow morning. You beat Riverton by 17 points. How are you feeling about working your way back?
Yeah, I think you got to feel real good. You put this behind you, learn from it, take what you can, and then you play with that reckless abandon of we got nothing to lose, lower expectations. Coming out of loser's bracket can be sneaky sometimes.
Cameron James goes 2 for 2 and completes a 20-point masterpiece for the Tigers. 38 points of the 44 on the board for Rock Springs come from James and Jenkins. Quick pass to Shasha on the left block. Kicks it back out to Frankham. Left side 3. That one up and over the rim. And the rebound is chased over the baseline. Evanston touched it last. 26.8 seconds remaining, and Tigers will inbound it here in the fourth quarter. Pass inside to Webb, but Mia got in there and interrupted it. And they were actually successfully able to bounce it off of Webb and into the Evanston bench.
Yeah, Coach Candelaria working through the bench now. Janessa Hansen, the sophomore in. Kaylee Lionberg in.
Lily Johnson, quadruple teamed, puts the shot up and is fouled. And I'm not exaggerating when I say quadruple team. Everybody was around Lily Johnson at the post.
And that's a total of 8 arms. 4 people, 8 arms. That was tough. Lily Johnson, I think's had a real good night for Evanston. 45% free throw shooter.
First one from Johnson. Independent Software Solutions free throw bounces up and high. No good. As Lily gets ready to shoot it again and goes 1 for 2. 44-29 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard, and with 18 seconds left, this may be the final inbound play of the game, and it should be, as Rock Springs is trying to work their way over the timeline, and they will. Left side over to Webb, and she holds it for a minute, now kicks it over to Lionberger, bounces it towards number 20, that's Webb, and with 3 seconds left, she is fouled.
Kendall Fessler does the harm, her 4th. Yeah.
That is.
Send to the line Cassidy Webb. She hits about half her free throws.
3.1 ticks of the clock separating us from the end of this one. As Webb, first one off the back iron too hard. Next shot is up, and it is good. 45-29 with 3 seconds left. Franklin picks it up, goes for the inbound play. Long baseball pass to Lily Johnson, who gets caught in the elbow and is fouled with 0.7 seconds left.
All right, Lily. She leads all Lady Red Devils scores with 7 and got a chance to add to that. She's having an afternoon. Oh, nope. Won't go to the line. Say she was not in the act of shooting.
Frank coming to inbound with 0.7 seconds left. Inbound Stacia. She gets the shot off, but it's short, and that is the buzzer. This game also brought to you in part by Ready. Ready has provided safety and excellence in industrial construction and support services since 1982. We have the crews and equipment for hydro excavation, dirt and equipment hauling, as well as produced and potable water hauling. We also offer septic tank cleaning services, portable toilets, and roll-off dumpster rentals for facility shutdowns, on location, or for your next outdoor event. Call us today to discuss how we can help you with your next project. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we will zoom through our post-game show on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Red Devil basketball on KNYN and MyLocalRadio.com.
What do you do when you lose a tooth?
Put it under your pillow. Under my pillow. Like a treasure chest so you could put it in.
Why do you do that?
Because then the tooth fairy comes for the tooth fairy. So the tooth fairy can come get them.
And then what happens?
I get money.
We may not be the tooth fairy, but we can still take care of your teeth. Bear River Dental in Evanston.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Signs. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Red Devils. West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
This is Colt Hamilton with Rocky Mountain Yeti Evanston. I'm excited to announce our new Legendary Leadership Award. Each month we are going to be giving away $1,000 to a local legendary leader. We need your nominations. We want to start giving back to people that have stepped up to keep our community thriving. Nominate anyone from leaders among our schools, healthcare workers, first responders, and so on. Who do you know that has made an impact in our community? Together, let's recognize and reward people that have made a difference in your lives. Email me your nominations at leaders@RockyMountainYetiEvanston.com or click the link below. Again, that's leaders@RockyMountainYetiEvanston.com.
At the Evanston Walmart, you'll find all the tools students need to succeed. Our team is committed to providing quality products and an excellent shopping experience. Stop in today. 125 North 2nd Street, Evanston. Walmart. Save money, live better.
There's nothing better than finding the perfect gift for someone. Whether it's a baby shower, birthday, or anniversary, Ivory and Iron has everything to make gift-giving fun. Come enjoy the beautiful atmosphere, mouth-watering chocolates, and beautiful floral arrangements. Ivory and Iron, 1101 Main Street, Evanston.
Gee, Tommy, you look amazing. Did you try something different with your enamel?
No way. I wouldn't do anything to alter these pearly whites, but I did see Dr. McKay Frankham, who told me if I didn't floss, I could miss up 35% of food particles.
Really? He told you that?
Yep, and you know what? He's 100% right. I started flossing, and now I look better than ever.
Wow, I want to see Dr. McKay Frankham.
Well, give him a call, 307-789-8910. Easy to remember, right?
That's super easy. Dr. McKay Frankham at 307-789-8910. I'll call today.
Welcome back to the Plains Tire broadcast booth. We're going to kick off the post-game show with our Jimmy John's Freak Fast Recap, brought to you by Jimmy John's on 113 Front Street in Evanston, where fast and fresh meat. Final score here, Rock Springs 45, Evanston 29. Rock Springs will take on the Natrona County Phillies tomorrow afternoon in the semifinal championship round, while the girls for Evanston will take on Riverton tomorrow morning. I'm looking up the game time for that right now. While we do that, though, let's go ahead and run through some individual stats. I've got, for Mia Barker, you've got 2 points. Abby Rigby with a couple. Brinkley Frankham with 5. Kendall Fessler with 5. Emily Sawyer and Stacia Barker each with 4. Lily Johnson leads all Red Devil scores today. For the Rock Springs Tigers, or should I say the Jenkins-James Tigers, Brinley Jenkins 20, Cameron James 20. That is 40 of the 45 points that Rock Springs put up. Absolutely great performance by those two senior leaders. And that's your Jimmy John's Freaky Fast Recap, brought to you by Jimmy John's on 113 Front Street in Evanston, where fast and fresh meats. Time for your Dr. McKay Frankham Precision Player of the Game, brought to you by Dr. McKay Frankham Precision Dentistry for the whole family. Call 307-789-8910 for your appointment today. And we're giving it to Lily Johnson. 7 points for her from the charity stripe, went 3 for 6, but a massive 4 rebounds for Johnson. So Lily Johnson is your Dr. McKay Frankham Precision player of the game, but play of the game. Got a little ahead of ourselves. So actually, Lily Johnson is your MyLocalRadio.com player of the game with that stat line. Again, 7 points, as well as 3 for 6 from the free throw line, but 4 rebounds. Time for your Dr. McKay Frankham Precision Player of the Game, play of the game, brought to you by Dr. McKay Frankham Precision Dentistry for the whole family. Call 307-789-8910 for your appointment today. We're going to give it to Caitlin DeRue. She gives up 6 inches to big number 33, Sydney Harris, and wrestles the ball out of her hands. Not afraid of anything. Caitlin DeRue is your recipient of your Dr. McKay Franco Precision Play of the Game. For the next game for Evanston, that will be right here on mylocalradio.com and KNYN. Really sorry about this, everybody, but you're going to have to get up early. An 8 a.m. start time, Riverton versus Evanston right here at Riverton High School. Winner will move on to play. Looking at this. Sorry, winner will move on to play at on Saturday at Game 5, 8 a.m. So it's going to be 8 a.m. games for the Lady Red Devils the rest of the way.
Not easy coming through the losers bracket, is it?
No, so they'll play Riverton tomorrow, where if they win, they will play the loser of the other semifinal game, which will be the winner between Cody and Jackson, and I believe the other one would be I'm trying to pull this quickly. Cody and Jackson and Green River and Star Valley. So that's the path. First things first, though, Evanston has got to beat Riverton tomorrow at 8 a.m. We'll have it live on mylocalradio.com and KNYN. On behalf of our producer back at the studio, Mr. Colton Bagley, as well as our executive producer, Val Cook, our sales director, Julie Burley, our sales manager, Matt Petrie, our sales associate, Christine Wiley, and the rest of the staff at My Local Radio Sports, the voice of the Valley, Cullen Holtz, the voice of the Rich Rebels in Utah, Cody Olson, and the voice of the Preston Indians in Idaho, Mr. Dan Hubbard, as well as my broadcast partner, Jake Nichols. I'm Elan All saying we'll see you next time the ball flies, which will be right here on KNYN and mylocalradio.com. Late night, 7:45 pregame when Evanston takes on Riverton in the boys bracket. First round action gets started at 7:45, 8 o'clock tip-off. We'll see you guys then. Thank you guys so much, and take care.
The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of mylocalradio.com and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Old West Media Incorporated. Thank you for joining us on this First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Evanston Red Devil Sports on mylocalradio.com. Until next time, go Devils!